Well, hello again. Welcome to the Occam's Razor YouTube channel. Now, I stumbled across this today. It says, Aussie astronaut hopeful plans to prove that humans will be living on Mars in 10 years' time. Well, what on earth has happened to the English language? No pun intended. Aussie astronaut hopeful plans to prove that humans will be living on Mars in 10 years' time. Well, okay, let's have a look at this. Josh Richards, of course, is an Australian guy, pictured here, and he's one of the Mars 100. I think he'd actually be better off on something like this, you know, on the. I was going to say on the Big Bang Theory, which is a comedy program, but I think Mars One's quite amusing, really, isn't it? Now, what he's doing here is he's promoting the DVD release of the movie The Martian. Now. And he's what they've done is they've got a I think down on the dockside or along the seafront there at Sydney. I've never been to Sydney. I don't know if it's on the seafront. There's a lot of water there. They've got him in a box, and he's going to be living like the Martian for 5 days. Now, I saw the movie The Martian. It's a good film, a good science fiction film. Don't analyse it, because if you start analysing it, it really doesn't stack up at all. But you know, this astronaut Mark Watney in the movie has to overcome these certain obstacles to survive. Makes it sort of an interesting story, even if the way he does it is extremely far-fetched. I only hope that now. Josh Richards apparently is going to be doing a similar thing. He's going to be spending 5 days. Mark Watney, I think it was 2 years or something. But Josh Richards is going to be spending 5 days in this hab on the quayside at Sydney, in Sydney, and he's going to be living supposedly like Mark Watney. Now, in the movie, Mark Watney starts off by trying to grow potatoes in his own excrement. So let's hope we're not going to be seeing that from Josh. Let's hope he sends out for some Cadbury Smash, or maybe some fish and chips. Okay, but let's just have a look at this this article. I don't think he's going to be selling many DVDs, to be perfectly honest. Now, they're live streaming him living in this box for 5 days. So let's just have a quick flick through this. What's he saying? Australian. Oh yeah, they thought it'd be a good idea, you know, to promote the release of the Martian movie on DVD. They thought it'd be a good idea to have a Mars One candidate to play at being the Martian for 5 days. Just shows you how dumb some advertising people can actually be. Oh dear, it is funny though. I got to give them that. So what does it say about Josh? Physicist, explosives engineer and soldier. Sounds to me like Josh likes interesting stuff, exciting stuff. You know, if you're a soldier, people that tend to go in for that sort of thing like variety, excitement, that sort of thing. Not the sort of thing you're going to get in a tin can, really. They could have not found a better and more legitimate participant than Mr. Richards. Not so sure about that one. Mr. Richards isn't just some actor who's been dumped into a Mars-like hab for 5 days in the hope of flogging DVDs of the Oh, let's get rid of that, just in case anyone out there can read CW or Morse code. Matt Damon's flogging DVDs of the Matt Damon starring movie The Martian. Okay, maybe it's me. Has the English language completely gone down the toilet? Quite possibly he will also be Australia's first legitimate Martian. Yeah, as he's already on the short list of names that is being put through paces. This is, who wrote this? Soon enough he may be part of the very serious and ambitious $6 billion Mars One mission. Yes, very serious and very ambitious. Yes, of course. Some people still think it's pie-in-the-sky stuff. Mr. Richards is absolutely confident human life will eventually exist on Mars. Well, I think he's right there. I think Mars 1 certainly is pie-in-the-sky stuff. What does Mr. Richards, what else has he got to say here? Not much interesting, really. Oh, there he goes. There he is sitting in his glass box in Sydney, wearing his flight suit, looking very serious there. And, of course, he's got the helmet there, with Watney written on it, which was the name of the character played by Matt Damon in the movie The Martian. I know what it is like to live with a backpack, and rather than focusing on owning a home and having that kind of very traditional 1950s image of what success in life is, I've become a nomad and just keep moving and go where I need to be. I'll give you a bit of a tip, Josh. That's also a very traditional 2016 image of what success in life is. You know, owning a house, that sort of stuff. And I think, to be honest, that poor Mr. Richards, yeah, because Mars 1 is just absolute twaddle. Nothing's going to come of it. And Mr. Richards is going to find himself still having to support himself. He's not going to be living rent-free and getting all his food free by living in a tin can on Mars. He's going to have to find something to do to support himself, which maybe he should go back into the army. I mean, it's free food, free accommodation. The only trouble, of course, with that is that you tend to have people shooting at you. Bit of a downside there. Anyway, so let's continue on with this stuff. I think there's a link here. Did I see a link to... There's Mr. Richards. I thought I saw somewhere there was a link to this. Yeah, okay, right, here we go. www.bringhimhome, or one word, .com.au. So we've got that. Now, my internet speed is not terrific here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's have a look at the Big Bang Theory, I think that's going on. Oh, it's Elon Musk. Mr. Musk. Okay, so what is Josh doing? Looks like he's getting ready to go to bed. Now, Sydney, I think, is 2 hours ahead of me. I'm in Perth. So what's the time here? Oh, I can't see my bloody watch. It's 8 o'clock, so it's 10 o'clock where Josh is. I had a look at this earlier on today, and to be honest with you, this is just because I've decided to do my video. But basically it was Josh standing up playing with his computer, sitting down playing with his computer. I think the only thing realistic about this is probably that rushing noise you can hear in the background. Probably very similar to the sort of noise you'd get if you were in a hab on Mars. It's interesting he's got a red light over his bed. I'm not suggesting that he might have a menu with prices on it. But that's what they do in submarines, isn't it? To maintain night vision, switch to red. So I wonder what he's going to be doing in there. Damn it! I wish I'd done this an hour earlier now, because he was just sitting there. He hasn't even been talking to himself. I noticed earlier on today he scuttled off into the toilet, and there was lots of laughing and chatting, and so he's obviously talking on the mobile phone to his mates. You know, he snuck into the toilet to have a chat with his mates. Not the sort of thing to be able to do on Mars. So really this is, as you might expect, completely unrealistic. I think he's been in there, hang on, let's just go back a bit. I think it, does it say, if I go back here, does it say, oh, here we go. Does it say, I thought it said, oh yeah, okay. So as you can see here, he's been in there 37 hours, 34 minutes, 42 seconds, and he's already, I think, looking forward to getting out on Friday. So maybe it will, maybe he'll wake up and think, what on earth am I applying for? You know, again, no pun intended. You know, would you really want to, you know, sit in a box all day and all night, and especially with 3 other people for the rest of your life? You know, the whole, as I said before, it's not real, it's never going to happen, but if it were, this is just ridiculous. And what I would suggest to anybody seriously considering this is get yourself a caravan, tow it up to a remote part of the Pilbara. Most of the Pilbara in Western Australia is pretty remote. There might be parts of Queensland that are similarly remote, and just stay in the caravan for 3 months with your three crew members, and just see how you get on with that. I think you would go absolutely round the bend in about 3 days. Certainly, I've looked at this on and off during the day. It's far from riveting. It becomes immediately obvious there would be absolutely no television audience for this sort of thing. It's just absolutely mind-numbingly boring. And I think if Mr. Richards was honest, he would tell us. He would tell us that's the case. So there he is. He's got in his pit. As you can hear, the air conditioning still running in the background. That's his. You might actually be able to hear mine as well. Oh, there we go. There we've got who is this? Howard. Oh, I can't remember now. He's modelling a Mars One uniform there, I'd say. It's, I can't remember these characters' names now. Well, apart from Penny, of course. So there we go. So much for selling the DVDs of The Martian. I think this is a complete failure with regard to advertising, and I think Josh might be thinking about what it might actually be like to do what he has in mind. You know, and just go and live in a box. Be interesting to see if he withdraws his application. Perhaps he's smart enough to know that Mars One isn't real, and he's just using it as a bit of a platform for some publicity. Maybe try and get himself a job in television, because he's going to need to be able to generate some kind of income. I've seen his koala bear act, and I don't think he's going to be retiring anytime soon out of that, or on that one. Okay, well, this is about as exciting as it gets. I think the people that are releasing the DVD The Martian on the 10th, which is tomorrow, are going to be thinking, what have I done, when they actually look at this live streaming. As I say, the movie itself is not a bad movie. Don't analyse it, just enjoy it for what it is. It's a good science fiction film. Technically, it's absolute rubbish on a number of counts. I think I may have mentioned that on a previous video. Alright, well, I think that's going to do. That's about all of that I can stand. As I say, you know, I've looked at it 2 or 3 times today. He's not even been talking to himself. He's just been sitting looking at his computer, standing looking at his computer, pacing up and down, walking forwards, walking backwards. It's obvious he's not having much fun at all with this, and I don't think anybody would. It's ridiculous. Thanks for watching, and perhaps I'll catch you again.